guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So the Heroes anniversary live stream is currently ongoing. And with it, we had a couple of units revealed that are going to be coming to Dokkan. Now, if we take a look at it, every year, the date that these characters are dropping is a little bit different every year, right? So there's going to be like a little bit of a time frame where we potentially could see it. What's the other one we can pull up is, Super Saiyan 3 Gohan's SSR. Okay. So let's take a look at some of these. So Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, this was November 19th. This one was November 21st. Then we have November 25th. And then we have November 22nd. So it's like there's just like a week time frame where we could see these Heroes units actually added in, right? But there's not like, I can't pull up the calendar and point to one specific day and be like, oh, like these units are coming out on this day, right? But it's just going to be sometime vaguely probably in this time frame that we're going to see these units released. So we have a couple of characters here. So we have Super Hearts. This guy is actually voiced by Dio, the voice actor for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It was confirmed, by Goresh, that they said that he has an active skill, so that means we're going to be able to hear Dio in Dokkan, which is going to be freaking sick. And then we also have a couple of Dokkan Awakenings that were teased here as well. We have Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, Super Saiyan 4 Bardock. We have the Brainwashed Supreme Kai of Time, and then we have Robel. Now, Global Dokkan actually did tweet about these as well, so again, looks like these units are going to be coming out on Global and JP at the same time, which I do think is a very, very good thing that they continue to do this, right? I think it just leads to more hype. And of course, it's all the same characters. Wait, no, there's a second tweet right here. Yeah, so we have the Super Hearts right there, and then, of course, these four right here. Now, I guess we could take a quick glance at the four characters that are going to be getting Awakenings. So we have Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, we have Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, we have Brainwashed Supreme Kai, and then Robel is a physical type. So let's go and take a look at what teams these characters might impact. Okay, so Super Saiyan 4 Gohan is on a million things. I feel like hybrids potentially could get a 200% soonish with like Beast Gohan, but this Gohan wants to be used on the Great Ape Power category. It's always possible. Well, I was going to say this unit could work well with LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but not on LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's team, right? Because this guy would not be, he's not on Fuse Fighter or GT Hero. But, I mean, if we'd get like a Great Ape Power leader at some point, that certainly could help, which we don't really have. I wouldn't run in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as a leader at this point. This is a nice potential buff. He's on a bunch of teams, but again, he is just going to be limited to like this type, but I bet you this guy is going to be pretty crazy, right? You could take a look at the types of characters that are typically good. Units that have something like this look pretty good often, right? You just give him some super attack effects, raising defense or something like that, and this guy could be strong. We'll see. Super Saiyan 4 team could make a strong comeback. Perhaps, we could see a Super Saiyan 4 Goku Dokkan Fest in a couple of days. JP Dokkan should be getting a Dokkan Fest. Last couple of years, it has vaguely led into Heroes, right? Like 2 years ago was Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which led into the Hero Super Saiyan 4 Vegito unit. Last year was the Super Saiyan Trunks from the fight against Mecha Frieza, which led into God Trunks. So it certainly is possible that whatever Dokkan Fest comes up in like a week or so is a hint to what the main Heroes unit is going to be this year. Remember, we don't know, right? So all they showed is just these 5 characters right here, but there's still going to be several other characters, and we'll look at what potentially some of these other characters could be in 1 second here. All right, so we have Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. Super Saiyan 4 Bardock is interesting. He actually might be a little bit more relevant since he's just the crossover team. I do expect that we will get a 200% leader for the crossover team / Heroes team. I could see, like, again, right now we're anticipating that Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is going to be sort of like the main headlining unit. Certainly could be something else, but if it is him, I could see him leading like crossover 170, perhaps Great Ape Power 170, and then maybe like Dragon Ball Heroes would be the extra 30% for the 200%. That could be a fairly powerful team, right? Because then we could get LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on that team, and that unit would probably be very effective on that. That would probably work out well. This Bardock is interesting, though, right? Having the super effective against all types, the crits, is interesting. I mean, we'd see what this guy would get. The only thing I've found that characters that already are like super effective against all types or something, for them to then like also do crits, I feel like is a bit of a waste. Like LR Tech Gogeta does the same thing, right? Seems like Dokkan really puts a lot of stock into each of these abilities on a character, like each, even though they're separate, they do pretty much the same thing, right? Obviously crits are better, but like super effective against all types is enough. So hopefully they'll give this Bardock a lot more, but I expect both Bardock and Super Saiyan 4 Gohan to look pretty good. Now Brainwash Supreme Kai of Time, she's pretty strong for like a super battle road setting, right? When you're able to hit enemies with like this attack down and this defense down and stuff like that, and she's got the chance of stunning. Since she's already so strong for that type of stage, I guess I would just rather they continue to buff her towards that. She certainly could be pretty interesting, though. I mean, you look at the skeleton of her kit. She's doing some interesting stuff here, right? I don't have an issue with them creating her, you know, not really geared towards Red Zone, but again, sort of like this Super Battle Road type character. This is fine. Just maybe shoot this up a bunch or give her a bunch of extra buffs or something like that. If she has all of her attack buffs up, she really is able to do quite a bit of damage. So we'll see, right? She definitely could be an interesting option. Now, for me, our girl Robel, this is my type of unit, right? You got the nice super attack effect. She's sealing. She's a rainbow orb changer, right? She has a high chance to dodge. She has a high chance for a scouter. Robel could be pretty filthy. She's not really on too many teams, though. Time Traveler, Peppy Gals don't have, like, big-time leaders right now, right? Although a Peppy Gal 200% could certainly be very interesting in the future, and Robel potentially could be pretty good. Although, in order for her to have her Scouter, you do need a Dragon Ball Hero unit there. One thing I could say is I would love if they would change that to guaranteed Scouter if there's another Dragon Ball Hero category ally, because that's already, like, restrictive enough. I don't think you need to have a chance to get the Scouter and with a Dragon Ball Hero category ally. Although I guess Dokkan Fest Ginyu this year, who is a premium unit, he has the same thing, right? Where it is Jace on the team, and then he gets the high chance of the Scouter. Robel is probably the one of the four that I'm the most interested in, I would say. With the Rainbow Orb changing, dodging, that type of unit I think is very, very valuable. Maybe they could just give her like a support buff as well to like crossover or something like that. Could be very interesting, but we'll see. Now, when it comes to the type of characters that we could see, Gresh showed me a couple of sets here. If you guys notice this right here, this is the Supreme Kai. That's her art right there from this exact set. I think Golden Metal Cooler is a very big possibility. Here, of course, we could see that this is Hearts' SSR art right here. And then we also have Kaioken Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now, again, it seems like Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is going to be sort of the headliner. There's like a pattern that, people have found. This to me feels like more of like a headlining character than actually just like someone thrown into the banner. But I mean, I guess 2 years ago they did do Super Saiyan 4 Vegito and Super Saiyan 4 Broly. So that is interesting. I would say, though, I do expect Golden Metal Cooler to be in here. That would make a ton of sense with all the Wicked Bloodline buffs we just got and stuff like that. It would actually be very nice if they dropped Golden Metal Cooler, I think. I don't think that the rest of this is really too big of a deal. Remember, Xenopan came out last year as well. All right, so we have this set right here. Let's take a look. So this guy right here, this is the Fusion Zamasu that sort of returns in that, I guess, I don't know, arc of heroes or whatever. I feel like we could see this guy potentially get a unit as well. That's definitely a big one. Here, of course, is Silas and Ames, who came out a couple years ago. You guys should recognize that this is God Trunks, right? There's Robel's SSR from last year. Here, of course, is, one of the big Hearts arts right there. I think this is another interesting probability. This, like, Berserker Super Saiyan Goku, I think could be pretty interesting. This guy was actually pretty good in the World Mission Dragon Ball Heroes game. So I think this would be cool. This would be a new named character right here. This could be a fun unit to have in there. And we have some other stuff in here. I mean, yeah, this would be pretty good. But this feels like anniversary type shit. I don't know. This is just a banner unit. Like, that would be so bizarre, right? And then the final set we could take a look at here. Just sort of looking at some. Oh, what is this? Demigirl right here? Okay. Okay, here it is. So, Hearts loses to Blue Gogeta, Jiren, and Hit doing an attack. This is essentially what beats Hearts right here. So, we could, I guess, see this as a unit. I mean, people were pointing out that they wouldn't have a ton of categories, but, I mean, you could get around that by making this, like, a ridiculously busted character when on, like, the crossover team or something like that. Again, I do expect these Heroes characters are going to be getting a 200% leader skill, right? I fully expect that's going to happen. And if people are a little bit worried, because last year, the Heroes units definitely fell off a cliff, right? Like, they came out in November, and then by February, like, they were not competing in the red zone. I think last year was a special sort of exception, right? Because it's not just Heroes cards that fell off a cliff. Don't forget that the damn Dokkan Fest that month, AGL Trunks, was not really that great in red zone either, right? The 7th anniversary power creep is not something we're going to see again so soon. That was the jump in leader skill meta. It's very clear I do not anticipate another huge jump for the 8th anniversary. I'm sure there will be a power creep. The anniversary units every year are always the best units in the game, typically by far, right? I'm sure there'll be, even stronger events than Cell Max, but I don't expect the Heroes units to be completely blitzed by power creep the way they were this last year. But again, it's not just the Heroes units. Almost all characters from before 2022 got completely destroyed by 7th anniversary power creep. And again, I would not really anticipate that happening again. So let me know what you guys think. Again, this should be coming to Global NJP at the same time at the end of November, right? Sometime in this week. And keep in mind that there are several units they have not yet revealed. So there is still going to be several units still to come. So let me know what you guys think about some of the hero stuff. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.